Moissanite or lab-grown diamonds? Check out our newest video where we show you an on-hand comparison and a full breakdown.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bonnie with By Bonnie Jewelry, where I talk about all things diamonds. Today's episode is really exciting because I'm going to be talking about Moissanite versus lab-grown diamonds. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Moissanites are or lab-grown diamonds are, I have another video that talks about actually natural diamonds versus lab-grown diamonds. Make sure you check that out. But I get a lot of DMs asking about, hey Bonnie, what's the difference between Moissanite and lab-grown? And I actually had a client send me their I don't personally sell Moissanites, but actually they sent me their moissanite and they really fell in love with our By Bonnie setting. So he asked me if I could make his ring with the moissanite, and I did. So yeah, I know a lot of clients are curious about the difference. On this hand, I have a lab-grown diamond, also equivalent of a 2 carat. This is our signature 4 prong with the French Petite Pave. This is our signature 6 prong with our Petite Pave. So I'm definitely gonna go into the details of each ring. So be ready. Make sure you like my video, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell so you'll be first to know whenever I upload new videos. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook at By Bonnie Jewelry. Lab growns, moissanite or any lab grown gemstones or lab grown diamonds have really gained its popularity over this past few years, and it's trending. So reason why it's trending, well, not only is it a more affordable option, but it is also a more sustainable mining free options. So a lot of my clients are really drawn to that, and it's become a great choice. But at the same time, there are so many different diamond alternatives. So these days, so people are getting confused, like which one should I choose? Should I choose moissanite or should I choose lab-grown diamonds, right? So we're going to dive into all the pros and cons of that, and we're going to be showing you a close-up comparison on hand of the moissanite versus lab-grown in natural light, in control light, indoor light, outdoor light, so you can see how those two sparkle differently in different lightings, because I think that's really important. I feel like every single Instagram video is like of the ring close up inside a jewelry store. What does it look like when you go outside? So I'm gonna be showing you that. The first thing I want to address is, what is a moissanite, right? Okay, so a moissanite, it is not a diamond. It is not a CZ, cubic zirconia. It is its own gemstone. Natural moissanite is actually really rare. So most of everything that you actually see on the market these days are synthetic moissanite. There are lab grown, so you can call it also lab grown moissanite. Moissanite is made out of silicon carbide, so it is not carbon. Lab grown diamonds, however, is actually made with carbon, so it's grown inside a laboratory as well. So they're actually both lab grown. It's just one lab grown moissanite and one lab grown diamond. So how are they different? Like, okay, if I do the Google searches, okay, I can get all the scientific terms. Like, let's get down to it, Bonnie. Like, what is the real difference? Like, how does it affect my decision, right? So I'm actually your decision is really gonna base on your personal preference, because I feel like nowadays there are so many options. You should really be doing your own research, asking your partner, so on and so forth. But why do people choose lab-grown gemstone over natural, right? So a lot of my clients love that lab-grown gemstones are mining free, so basically a more sustainable option to natural gemstone. That's number one. And number two, they are more affordable. You can get a larger size for much less of the amount of a natural stone. Okay, so I'll give you an example. A 2 carat moissanite can be 800, 500, 800 or 1,000 or more, and a 2 carat lab-grown diamond of a good quality could be 5,000 and up, and 2 carat of a natural diamond would be, say, of a good quality would be like 20,000 and up, right? So those are all the differences in pricing. So my personal thought on all of this, like how they're different. So let's show a quick like on-hand comparison. So basically, when I'm looking at this live as from a jeweler's perspective, I don't sell moissanite personally, as I mentioned at the beginning, but the sparkle is very different. So the moissanite kind of sparkles more. You have more of a rainbow, larger flashes. You can see a lot of rainbow in the moissanite. So let me just show you really quickly. Versus a lab-grown diamond, I feel like it still sparkles a lot, but it's a more subtle sparkle. Okay, so here's the burning question. People are always asking like, okay, Bonnie, what's your opinion? Which one do you choose? Which one would you buy? Okay, guys, calm down. I know everybody has a different opinion, but I'll share mine and my personal thought on everything. Moissanite versus lab-grown diamond. So for me, I will always choose diamond material, whether it be, you know, natural diamond or lab-grown diamond, and that's because I like the hardness and how diamond wears in the long term. Okay, so I've been in this industry for long enough to have, you know, seen wear and tear, like rings that come back after 5-10 years of wear. You know, I don't personally know how moissanite would wear because I don't sell them. But if it's anything similar to a sapphire, because the sapphire is like 9 in hardness, you would still be able to scratch one. So, you know, if you've had a sapphire engagement ring, you know, after so and so years, sometimes you will see abrasion in between the facet junctions or other, you know, other places of the gemstone. And that's completely normal because it's not bulletproof, right? You do things with your hands every day, you know, but with diamond, the everyday activity that you do will not damage the stone at all, and the diamond will not dull over time. Versus I feel like moissanite may, if you do get those abrasion in between the facets, it may appear, you know, cloudy or have wear on it over time, like sapphires. So my personal choice would always be diamond material because of the hardness of it. Okay, so the last question that I get asked a lot is, Bonnie, what is the resale or long-term value of moissanite and lab-grown diamonds? Okay, so in simple terms, for me, there is none, and making it easier for you to understand is simple supply and demand. Long-term value doesn't apply here because lab-grown stones you can reproduce and replace, right? So something that is less rare, hence the more affordable price point and pricing, right? So it just makes sense that that really doesn't apply here, and most people don't care about that if they're considering purchasing that they're not gonna resell it because, you know, it's made, you know, custom made or put together and given to someone as an expression of love, token of love, right? You're either getting engaged or it's an anniversary ring. So those things are sentimental. Okay, if you still don't know how to decide on which one to purchase, just ask your partner, get them involved. Guys, it's 2021. I feel like those type of big purchases in life should be talked about. You know, I get a lot of sometimes questions, you know, by my subscriber, hey, you know, should I tell her that I bought a lab-grown stone, and should I not? Why not? I feel like this is, you know, everybody has a different preference. You know, why people prefer natural, they have their own reasons. Why people prefer lab-grown, they have their own reasons. Do your research, because, you know, technology, it's on our side. It's advanced so that we have all these options that we didn't have before. So talk to your partner, make that decision together. But don't forget, the most important thing is what? Quality of the setting. Why did my clients send me a moissanite to set in my ring? And because they wanted the quality of the workmanship. Okay, look at how beautiful my rings are. This is the Petite Pave with the French for Prong, and this is the 6 prong. Oops. Also Petite Pave, but this is, I think, a 2.2 millimeter versus this is a 1.8 millimeter. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I upload new videos, which is every Saturday. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook at By Bonnie Jewelry. Okay, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. I look forward to seeing you in my next episode. Bye.